The sudden and shocking demise of Mohbad continues to grip the nation, with fans, fellow artists and the entertainment industry struggling to come to terms with the loss, and fans are raising concern over some actions and utterances made by late Mohbad's father, Mr. Joseph Ayoba, following the death of his son. Some are even wondering if truly he is Mohbad's biological father. The 27-year-old singer died in Lagos on Tuesday, September 12, 2023, and was hurriedly buried the next day without autopsy to ascertain the cause of his sudden and mysterious death. Mohbad was laid to rest beside a cassava farm and in a horrible condition in the Ikorodu area of Lagos on Wednesday, amidst tears and shock from sympathizers across the world. And in this video we bring to you 5 shocking reasons why the fans are still suspicious of his father, and some are insisting he should be thoroughly investigated and questioned. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, you're highly welcome to Laura Emi TV, and please do want to hit on that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can always stay notified and updated whenever we upload a new video. We upload very interesting content every day. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. And the first reason is, why was he hurriedly buried on the instruction of his father? The singer's mysterious death and his quick burial in an unfavorable condition has continued to raise questions from Nigerians and fans across the world, asking why he was hurriedly buried the next day without autopsy to ascertain the real cause of his death. Some fans are even denying the fact that he truly died before being forced into that small coffin, which wasn't big enough to contain his body, and buried like a chicken. In fact, the man who made the undersized coffin claimed he wasn't given the chance to take measurements of the corpse, and he was asked to bring it fast. You can see his comments on your screen, and that's the coffin making process. The coffin was so small that they had to break his neck so he could fit in, which is so sad a thing. Some fans even believe he wasn't really dead, pointing out that the video clip of his supposed lifeless body inside the car with his friend recording and crying wasn't convincing enough. Some said he looks like he was still breathing and his hands were moving. Well, we can't say. And some wonder why he was buried hurriedly, owing to the fact that he isn't a Muslim but a Christian. They argue that the artist was a Christian, but the burial seemed to follow Muslim customs, which did not align with the deceased's religious beliefs. Only Muslims tend to bury their loved ones that fast, but Mohbad is a Christian and his father is a pastor who owns a church, although his father later explained why his late son was hurriedly buried. According to his father, in the Yoruba custom and tradition, such a corpse cannot be kept for long because he died young. He also stated that assuming Mohbad died at an older age, he might have considered leaving his corpse in the mortuary for a longer period. He said, and I quote, "In Yoruba land, his corpse is not the kind to be kept when both of his parents are still alive. Assuming he died at an older age, we might have considered putting his body in the mortuary and taking it at a later date. This same night, we took him away from there and buried him where we did." And the second reason is, there were also concerns on where the late singer was buried. Recall that Mohbad's burial site, which was located beside a cassava farm, had raised series of complaints from Nigerians who felt it was not befitting for a celebrity, as you can see on the video in your screen. According to Mohbad's dad, where his son was buried was the only land he knew that belonged to the singer. He explained that even though his son had given him the land to build his church, he decided to bury him there since he doesn't know of him owning any other land. He said, and I quote, "That land where Mohbad was buried is his only land. That's the only land I know him to have owned. Truly, he gave me the land to build my church because we had both agreed to build the church there. And since that is the only land I knew him to have, so he decided to bury him there." And the third reason, he dismissed all allegations that Naira Marley and Sam Larry have a hand in his son's death. Mohbad's father has said that Naira Marley cannot be blamed for the death of his son despite all the video evidences of Mohbad being bullied and threatened by Naira Marley and his goons. He even cried out that if he dies, Naira Marley should be held responsible, but the father begs to differ. A leaked audio recording of Mohbad's father defending Naira Marley surfaced on the internet, giving more controversial perspective to the situation. In the audio, he revealed that Naira Marley and Sam Larry had no hand in Mohbad's death. He said, and I quote, "Naira Marley did not kill my son Mohbad. All Naira Marley and Sam Larry were doing was just to ruffle Mohbad up a little so that he would know that Naira Marley was his ogre and he would dobale for him and be humble and listen. I don't think Naira Marley would ever go as far as killing my son." Well, Mohbad's father firmly denied the speculation surrounding his son's passing. He offered an alternative explanation for the tragedy, stating that he believed Mohbad had died due to complications arising from an injection administered by an auxiliary nurse. This injection was reportedly given to treat an ear infection. He is blaming Mohbad's friend who caught the nurse and also blaming the nurse. He said, and I quote, "I don't know exactly who they are. I can only blame them that they allowed an auxiliary nurse to be working on him in that level, because Mohbad is not the kind of person they can put in a room and call a nurse. Which kind of nurse? Is she qualified? Mere looking at what happened, this is not a qualified nurse. Giving him injection inside a room, maybe it is the effect of the injection that resulted to this, because according to them, after giving him the injection, he was vomiting. One of his boys now decided that they should put him on an Okada so they can take him to the hospital. That is what I heard from them." He also said, "I had a lot of things happen to him, but you cannot say it is Naira Marley because he was attacked when he was doing his new album with Zlatan. You cannot say it is Naira Marley because the people that came is not Naira Marley, so we can't say it is Naira Marley that did it." And Nigerians and the fans think maybe he has been brainwashed with money by Naira Marley's team or paid to say this. Some even think he is happy over his own son's demise, so as to claim his properties. This is a very strong one, and we don't think any father would want to do this kind of a thing to their child, so we beg to differ, but you never can tell. And the fourth reason, he fights over his son's properties. Instead of fighting to know the real cause of their son's death, the father and his family are more concerned with things he left behind. On the day of his burial, which was just few hours after his death, videos emerged of distant relatives of the deceased saying they would seize all of the late singer's properties from his wife Omowunmi. Among the first viral videos was that of an elderly man, supposedly a family member, captured saying the singer's wife should not be trusted. Mr. Joseph Aloba, Mohbad's father, accused his son's mother-in-law of questionable land ownership. Mr. Joseph Aloba claimed that his son told him while he was still alive that he wanted to buy 2 acres of property and a plot. When questioned about the land's documents, Mohbad stated that the purchase and documents were handed by his wife's mother. After making numerous attempts to contact Mohbad's mother-in-law, she finally handed the documentation for a parcel of property. He indicated that the one plot location was where Mohbad was buried. But the wife family claimed that the man was after his son's properties even before his son died, saying the man fought their mother to seize the piece of land where the singer was eventually buried, because according to them, the land was bought and registered under Mohbad's 5-month-old son's name. And the father in an interview was mad at the fact that most of Mohbad's properties are registered under the 5-month-old son's name, and the family vowed to take possessions of them all. So Nigerians are wondering if these people truly love their son or they are just after his possessions. And the last reason is he is after his own welfare and not about finding justice for his son and the welfare of his grandchild. Instead of fighting for justice, Mohbad's father is more concerned about his own welfare In a viral video, he was crying out to Nigerians to help him get a befitting house or change the face of his house since Mohbad couldn't build a house for him before his death. In another video, a family member was also complaining over a pickup truck Mohbad's 24-year-old wife purchased for her father-in-law. In the viral video, someone who appeared to be a member of Mohbad's family was seen berating the late singer's 24-year-old bride. The person could be heard complaining about the condition of a pickup truck given to Mohbad's father, Mr. Joseph Aloba, by his daughter-in-law. The family member insisted that, as the father of a celebrity, he ought to have been driving the latest vehicle other than a used truck that does not befit his stature and nature. Mr. Afolabi was also complaining over the 2 million naira Davido sent to him, saying Mohbad's friends gave him only 1 million naira and told him they would be using the other 1 million naira for his burial. He was complaining over this too. So the fans have been wondering if truly this is Mohbad's biological father and have called for his investigation. And currently investigation has commenced. Himself and others have been invited for questioning by the Lagos State Police Commissioner. We hope something fruitful comes out of this because we want justice for Mohbad.